welcome to the Family Footy Podcast. It's Friday, July 10th. We're here for a preview of the World Cup. Today we'll be discussing the one match that took place earlier today, Spain versus Belgium, and we'll briefly review the two tomorrow, England versus Norway and Argentina versus Switzerland. I'm your host, Nick Patowski. I'm along with my sons, Axel and Luke. We're going to do some news as well, and we will end the pod with a highlight as well as a Did You Know section that we're starting today. But first, I don't know of any news today. Luke or Axel, was there any substantial news not related to the World Cup or to today's match?
There probably was, but I don't remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never mind. I think we already said it last podcast.
Yeah,
I was just looking at kits the whole entire day.
Yeah, okay. Kits. Looking at the new kits.
The new kits are pretty good for the next season. Schalke.
Okay, well, why don't we move on to today's match, Spain versus Belgium. Spain wins 2-1. Probably not a lot of surprises here in terms of things, but Luke, what did you make of the game? Take us through what happened.
I thought that Belgium's tactic of counterattacking.
Well, first off, tell us what happened before the game to Belgium.
Tielemans got injured in the warm-up.
So they're missing already Onana.
Now that Tielemans is injured. Then Spain scored the first goal with Fabian Ruiz, who substituted for Pedri to start this game.
And I thought that was kind of not the greatest parry by Thibaut Courtois in goal for Belgium.
I think he couldn't see it.
Well, he parries the shot from Olmo, but he doesn't get it out of his area. And then Fabian Ruiz just kicks it in.
Also,
it wasn't the best goalkeeping in the world, which is relevant to what happens later.
I forget who it was, but who scored again?
Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah, his shot went through somebody's legs. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's why I say he didn't see it.
But it's a good rebound. He was first to react to the ball. Spain's owning possession. Their XG was 3 versus like 0.5 for Belgium today. But anyway, what happens next? So it's 1-0 Spain. You think, here we go.
Belgium get one back from a pass from De Bruyne to Castagna, and then Castagna crosses it into the 6-yard box, and De Ketelaere with a great coming across the defender and heading it to Simon's right-hand side.
The first goal against Spain in this World Cup comes from De Ketelaere, who got lit on fire from the U.S. game.
Yeah.
And we had a moment of magic from De Bruyne before he departed. He went out in the 82nd minute when it was still 1-1. And then Axel, De Bruyne goes off the pitch.
So does Courtois.
Courtois goes off injured. Lamans, your man from Man United, comes on.
Not my man.
Well, okay. Well, what happens?
Man United's...
Spain scored. Belgium kind of lose it. Lamans blocks the shot and spills it right into like the 6-yard box.
I genuinely
super sub Mikel Merino to come on and score.
I hate
second game running. So Mikel Merino. I wonder what Mikel Arteta's thinking about Merino and whether he should have put him in for the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he would have scored a goal against PSG. Anyway, Mikel Merino comes in, scores. Spain was the better team. They had, like I said, an XG of 3, so to only score 2. Belgium got, I wouldn't say lucky on their goal. They did a good counter, and they almost held on, but losing Tielemans and Onana before the match began, and then losing Courtois through in 75th minute or whatever it was, is just too much to ask. So Belgium goes down. I think we all want to see Spain versus France anyway, in a way. So
I think the whole world predicted that would happen.
That's going to be a great game, semifinal next Tuesday. Preview. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but previewing England versus Norway. Luke, what's your prediction for that game?
I predict that England will win. I think, obviously, Holland...
Yeah, there's some news you should know, though. Gay is
out. Yeah, I know.
And
but
I think hamstring maybe.
I think
Kwanzaa's out for 2 games.
I think
Reece James trained, so who the hell knows who starts?
I think Kwanzaa and Stones will start.
Kwanzaa and Stones will start at center back.
I would say John Stones just because he plays at City.
Okay. And so what do you see happening?
I see England winning 2-1. I see Holland scoring. I don't see Holland not scoring. I can't. obviously with Gahey out, probably one of their best center backs, and Holland on such great form. I just don't see them
Right.
stopping him.
Okay.
But I see England's talent through their entire team at least scoring one goal.
You think they'd
and
have the quality against
yeah.
the rest of Norway's players who are
Obviously,
good, but not
Norway's
as
beat
quality.
Norway beat Brazil. So
Well, but they got kind of lucky statistically. That basically they were more clinical with their finishing, which is something England should be afraid of. Axel, how do you see this England versus Viking match going?
Versus Viking. Yeah, I see an England win in this game. I mean, they just came from beating Mexico at the Azteca, which is probably the hardest stadium to play in this World Cup, against the hardest team to play against in that stadium. I know Norway just beat Brazil, but they did get lucky statistically, and I agree with what Luke said, that there's no way I think Holland can't score. I mean, he might not, but England's defense is in shambles. But I do see the quality throughout the England team overcoming Norway and scoring at least 3 goals.
I don't know. I think this is close to call with the injuries. It's concerning that Joao Kwanzaa's out for 2 games with the red card. I think Nico O'Reilly will start at left. I think Kwanzaa will be one of the center backs. I think the choice of whoever that other center back is key to success. I don't know that Reece James plays
Declan
from the
Rice.
beginning. Probably Jed Spence, who can probably handle Nusa on Norway's left. But is it Dan Burn? Is it John Stones? I'd put Dan Burn in.
Not a bad shout.
You're a Newcastle fan.
Newcastle when
it's
they
obviously bigger
well,
than
there's a
Holland.
big when Newcastle has played City, they've eliminated in the last 8 matches. City is only Holland has only scored 1 goal, so I would take that into consideration. But whoever it is has to perform, and if that person performs, England wins probably comfortably. If they don't perform, Norway could win by letting Norway get the best of them and get ahead. But we'll see. Moving on to our second game, I'm wearing the Swiss kit tonight. Axel, why don't you start us off? Switzerland versus Argentina. Switzerland will be without their young starman Zombie, unfortunately, but they are very disciplined. They are making their first quarterfinals visit in the World Cup since 1954. Argentina, basically, in my opinion, cheated to get here, or at least had the help of the ref. But what do you see happening?
Yeah, this is a good game, I think. I see definitely a biased ref for Argentina. I do actually, besides all the bias and hatred, see Switzerland winning. But if they don't, I at least see them giving a tough time, since the only good team, decent team, probably the best team that Argentina's faced this World Cup so far is Austria, and they're what ranked, 40th?
Yeah.
So I see Argentina getting caught off guard by the quickness and experience in Switzerland's team, and I see Argentina getting caught off guard by actually facing a good team, and I see them losing 2-1.
Okay, Luke, what do you see? Upset Axel's predicting.
I don't see Argentina losing just because, I mean, they're better than Switzerland. I can't see Messi's final game being against Switzerland, and for
they
that
also
reason
are better than Cabo Verde and barely won.
Yeah, but I just don't see Argentina
Well,
losing.
how do you think the game's going to go? What do you think's going to
I
happen?
think Argentina's going to dominate. 3-1 Argentina.
Okay. I think the Swiss are going to be quite disciplined. I think they will give Argentina a go. I think Argentina's been heavy for whatever reason. Age, what have you. They're obviously good. They're obviously talented, but they have significantly benefited now in the last 2 games from referee bias, let's call it, where calls could have gone at least either way and all benefited Argentina. If that happens again, obviously Argentina wins, and somebody probably should liken this to the WWF. But I think Switzerland give them a go. I think Switzerland will play for a very low-scoring game, and I think either Argentina does win this 2 or 3-0, or they lose 1. It goes 1-1, goes into penalties, and Switzerland win it. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
If you had to choose, who would win?
I think Argentina will just be biased by the ref. It's better for FIFA. It's better for the World Cup if they make it. I think they'll get all the close calls. I think each ref in the past 2 games has obviously favored Argentina. I don't see that stopping. So I think Argentina win, and they have Messi, who's going to score.
I also don't see Switzerland in the semifinal.
It would be great if they did. That'd be fun.
I mean,
but
Xhaka, Vargas,
Xhaka Boom,
and
baby,
Doi,
Xhaka Boom.
and Bolo, and Kanji.
I mean, they're going to be playing. The
Koval.
thing to know about the Swiss team is they have played more games together with this collective than any other team in the World Cup. So it's a tight group. So we'll see. They obviously shut down Colombia, but they got to score, and that's the problem with Switzerland without Manzambi. Is where's the goal's going to come from? Where's the penetrative run's going to come from? So we'll see. Anyway, not much to pick from in terms of highlights of the day, but I'll still ask Luke, highlight of the day
Decaltelaire scoring.
for Belgium. And Axel's highlight of the day. Don't have one?
Can you go first? I didn't think about it.
I think my highlight of the day actually was the post-game interview of Mikel Merino. I actually don't ever remember hearing him speak before. He's actually quite articulate and seems like a very nice gentleman and very grateful for his position. And his father had played in the World Cup and such. So, yeah, that was a highlight. It was nice. It was warming. I know you don't like Spain, Axel, but I thought they're good people and they play football the way it should be played.
I don't know. I don't not like Spain. I mean, yeah, maybe I do not like Spain.
Well, highlight of the day?
Seeing that depressed face on Lamine Yamal after.
Lamine Yamal hasn't kind of showed up in this World Cup yet.
He,
but
no.
never
He
say
did the
never.
same thing over and over.
Yeah,
he went
cuts
straight,
in,
he
and
cut
cuts
left,
in.
and he did nothing. That's the whole thing.
Well, they
That's
shut
all
him
he
down.
did.
All right. Our last section today, listener, is a Did You Know? I'm going to ask a question. We'll start with Luke. Did you know, Luke, which nation
That's
has
not-
played the most World Cup games and won them, but has not won the World Cup?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands is correct, making it to 3 World Cup finals, 1974, 1978, and 2002, and not winning any of them. Axel, which nation has appeared in the most World Cup finals games, regardless of whether they won or lost?
Germany?
Germany is correct. 8 times. Luke, do you know who's second? Who's had the most finals appearances? There's only one team on 7.
No.
Brazil?
Yes. Brazil is correct. There are a couple
I
on
said
6.
Brazil.
Yeah, there are a couple on 6. And who can tell me, I believe I know the answer, where Eusebio, the former Portuguese player who played in the World Cup in 1966 final, where was he born?
I can tell you, but
Wasn't born in Portugal.
Mozambique.
Eusebio?
Mozambique. He was born in Mozambique. So
Was it Mozambique?
yes, it was Mozambique.
Oh
All right. Well, that's our pod today. It's a brief one. We'll bring you more Did You Know questions tomorrow. We thank you for joining us. Hopefully we have the energy to bring you the pod tomorrow. If England doesn't win, we may not. Obviously, we'll see what
We will
happens.
not.
But and if Argentina,
But they will win.
I'm going to be so stressed out. Anyway, again, always call it football. Football is life. We'll catch you next time.